What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the ugly side of the LEGO City. Let's get started.
Yep, that's it.
New Brickerton.
Yes, I'm sure it's perfectly safe for droids. You think coming here was a bad idea? I'm beginning to agree with you.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. We're wasting our time.
Well, come on.
R2! Go, go! Move it!
Good morning. It's morning time. I got my coffee. Happy holidays mug, even though it's April. I hope you guys enjoyed that little Star Wars intro. I just picked up that X-Wing and it's pretty freaking awesome. So I wanted to make sure to include that in a video. So there you go. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. What do I mean when I say the ugly side of the LEGO City? Well, to be frank, I've been lying to you guys. No, well, I haven't been lying. I feel like that's a little bit of an extreme word. The truth is that when I'm making these videos, I'm usually showing you guys the most up-to-date sections of the city, the parts that I'm most proud of, the angles, the views that I'm most proud of. But the fact is, the city right now, as it currently stands, the view that looks the best of this city is looking straight on, like you see behind me. And some of the other views, some of the other angles, some of the other sections of the city, they just don't look as good. Some of them are quite a mess. I will tell you guys, behind this Hogwarts castle, it is a disaster. And once I show it to you, you will understand why I have never shown it in a video before. The other portion of this video that I'm excited about is we're gonna be talking about our LEGO City plans. So I just ordered some parts. Some of them came already, some of them are still on the way. But we're gonna be making some major changes here coming up. And in this video, along with the ugly side of the city, I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly what we're gonna do to clean those areas up. We're gonna be talking about some of the new buildings we're gonna be incorporating into the city and some of the changes that we're gonna make to some of the mocks that we've already created. So with all that said, let's go ahead and dive into, what should we call this? I guess you could just call it a behind the scenes tour of the LEGO City. Let's take a look at the ugly side. Let's take a look at some of the areas that may not be my favorite, but I want to show them to you guys and you can let me know what you think. And maybe you can give me some suggestions for what I should do with the rest of the city. So let's go ahead and jump into our behind the scenes tour of the city. All right, so we're gonna start our behind the scenes LEGO City tour here in the New Brickerton Harbor Beach and Water area. If you guys haven't seen my recent video on the changes to this area, you can go ahead and click at the top right of your screen where I've linked that video. So this area I think looks really good right now. The only things I wanna change in the short term is I wanna change a little bit of the shaping of this sand. I don't think it looks very natural, but I just need a few more tan pieces. And then in the long term, what I'd like to do is add some dark tan pieces here where the water meets the sand and add a little bit of detailing there to make it look a little bit more realistic. So just talking about a lot of different minor changes that I wanna make to the city. Like if you look here at the fishing shop, the back of that is open. So eventually what I'd like to do is close off the backs of every single building that's visible, like I did here with the fire station. So this fire station, even though it doesn't come like this all the way around, it is completely closed off, which I think makes it look a lot better. So here, you can see directly into the building. That's not great. So I'm gonna build a wall here and then we can just have our little fishing shop. In that video, I also talked about the rocks here that I've built to separate the water from the road. And in the long term, what I'd like to do with this area is add a sidewalk here and also elevate the entire road and the entire city so that these rocks are kind of like, the water should be the lowest point and everything else should be above the water. But right now these rocks kind of extend up above the streets, which looks kind of weird. So coming around to this side, Another minor fix that we can make is adding a back to this lifeguard tower here. And then I've got tiles coming. I'm gonna tile off all these additional sidewalks here, all those areas that we haven't necessarily tiled out yet. So that's gonna be awesome. Coming here in the residential area, got a lot to work to do on these houses here. You can see directly into the backs of all these houses, which is honestly fine for now, because you never see the city from this angle, but eventually I'd like to have everything look good from every side, which is gonna be a very common theme throughout this entire video. So let's move from the residential area over here, starting to get into the downtown core of New Brickerton. So this is the next major change that I want to make. You can see here, I took the building from this Avengers Endgame set and I have put a little custom Avengers A sticker on there. And eventually what I'd like to do is get a bunch of white bricks, build this into a full building, and then move the Avengers Tower onto that white building. You can see right now, I've got just a little police station right next to it, but that is all gonna change. I may even use some parts of that police station to build out that building. But this is just temporary, this is just a placeholder. And that Avengers Tower will move over there. And then this building here, which is my custom mock Avengers base, I feel like that could easily be a bank. It could easily be any sort of kind of old styled building is what I would call it. And so that'll look good in our Lego City as well. Before we move on, let's go ahead and look at this area right down here. So this block here looks actually really good from most sides. We've got those townhouse and toy shop creator sets, 3 of them that basically make up this entire left side of that block. Those look really good in my opinion. We come around, we've got the Lego store set. We've got the Modern Family home, and we've also got this ice cream shop that is also a custom mock that I did built out of that ice cream truck. So I took those ice cream truck pieces, turned it into another ice cream shop. Once we get around to this side of the block, I feel like it doesn't look quite as good because we've just got this random little hut here. So I would eventually like to switch that out and make this back side of the block look a little bit better, because you can see here, we can see into this area. So that is something we're gonna have to fix. Just give you a backside view of that police station here. We just got some random vehicles here. This will all change. You can see this is what I'm talking about. When I say ugly side of the Lego City, this is truly what I'm talking about. We just got pieces littered here, minifigures. The top of this building is literally falling apart. We've got all the different Hogwarts pieces back here that I've always meant to kind of do something with, but I never have. So this, when I talk about ugly side of the Lego City, it's really this stuff back here that really needs a huge makeover. We've got every single little Harry Potter building. I thought I could find a way to make those look good. I just haven't quite got to that yet. So this is gonna be a huge project coming up here soon. So this side of the Hogwarts here actually looks a lot better. If you followed the very first video on this channel, you know I basically started my entire city by just having this clock tower. From the Hogwarts set, I think it really just reminded me of my own college and certain colleges that I've seen. It just really looks like a university, not even necessarily Hogwarts. And this isn't actually Hogwarts, this is a Hogwarts Auxiliary Campus. But what I'm gonna do is I found this rebrickable set of instructions to basically turn these Hogwarts sets into a modular. And I'm gonna explore that. I'm not necessarily gonna build exactly what the instructions are for. I would like to kind of figure out my own custom design, but what we wanna do ultimately is shrink that Harry Potter Hogwarts set down just a little bit, because we need to fit a few more buildings here in the city. And if you guys watched my recent review video, you know they're here, hiding over here in the dark. So there's 2 more modulars we're gonna be putting in the building here. We're putting in the city. I should say. It's really hard to talk and film on the fly, so if I say anything weird or funny, I'm sorry. Here in the middle, we've got our city center plaza. This is another area that I want to upgrade. I just used pieces that I had at the time, but what I want to do is tile out this entire section here. I may swap out some of these black bricks. I did have those black tiles and it worked well at the time, but I think I really would like those to be gray so they match the sidewalk. But I think we can do still some sort of fun design in here that'll still look really good. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll just leave the black and just tile out these with gray. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas for that, let me know. This section of the city here hasn't changed much. You guys have all seen the bookshop, the Central Perk sets, but we do have our custom signage now. We've got our billboard, we've got our sign down here. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made those stickers, you can click in the top right of your screen. Another plan that I have is these townhouse, what are these called? Toy shop creator sets or whatever. You can actually combine those all into one bigger building. So as the city grows, I probably will consolidate those and rebuild them, part them out and build them into that bigger version of the set. Because basically, guys, this is gonna be the surface area of our city. So what I mean by that is I'm probably not going to add any more table space for quite a while. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build out on this table as much as we can and basically try to make the Lego City as pretty as possible within the boundaries that we've set here. God, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm so out of breath. Okay, I need to work out. All right, what we're gonna look at now, over on this section, we've got the Heart Lake City School, which I think looks really good from the front. I know a lot of people have done some really cool mocks with those where they add a few of the schools together. I know Brixie and Bevan's Bricks both did that. So that would be a really cool option. I don't know if I want to get another one, but definitely want to figure out a way to incorporate that into the city better. We've got the little basketball goal here. That would be cool to make a little basketball court on the playground. Then next to that is a set that I've had for quite a while, but had not incorporated into the city yet, and that is this Lego Friends movie theater set. Jesus Christ. The Lego Friends movie theater set. I really like the way it looks. I think it fits well in the city, but just need to figure out exactly how we want to use that. In the corner here, we've got our gas station, the filling station, got some cars, got a guy getting gas there. So I really like that set. The only problem with it, it doesn't have a back, so we will be adding a back onto that set as well. We've got our hospital, Lego Friends Hospital. That hospital is okay. I have it there for now, but I'm not super excited about it. I really would like to have the new Lego City Hospital, but it's like $120, and that's just like a lot. So I may get it eventually, I may not, I'm not sure. Here in this section is an area that I'm super excited to have back in the city, and that is our recycling center. So we've got our recycling center here. We've got our dump truck, we've got our dumpsters, we've got our little multicolored recycling bins for each different kind of recycling. And then we've got our little workers down there, kind of organizing all that stuff, keeping the city clean. That is an absolutely crucial job for any city to have, is waste management. So I really like the recycling center, and as you know, New Brickerton is a completely green city. So we like to keep it clean around here. Keep some recycling. You know, we like to be energy efficient. So I really like the recycling center. I'd like to add some more detail to that area. And then here, at the very corner of this block, we've got this fashion shop, which doesn't currently have any minifigs in it or any clothes for that matter, but we'll get that figured out. All right, and then this takes us back to the wilderness area by Hogwarts, which you have seen. We still have not fulfilled our promise of getting a train in our city, but we do still have the track here in this corner, so we'll probably leave that. But another thing that you'll see here, guys, is we've got a little bit of a dimension issue This train track's hanging off the edge. This base plate over here is hanging off the edge. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to fix that. I haven't exactly figured that out yet, but basically we need to kind of compress the city a little bit because it's a little bit too spread out. And then here, just one more look at our Hogwarts disaster back here. This is not my favorite look for the city, but I feel like this Hogwarts has been absolutely integral to the city for a really long time. So I definitely want to keep it and maybe make it look a little bit better. And then guys, we've also got all these studs down here that need to be tiled off. So eventually the whole city is going to be tiled out. We're going to have some really nice sidewalks. We've got those tiles coming in the mail, like I said. And then another thing that's kind of on the to-do list, you'll see now, in some areas, these tiles are flush. Oh, that doesn't look good. So in some areas, the roads are flush with the sidewalks. In some areas, the sidewalks are higher. In some areas, the roads are higher. So eventually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift everything up. I'm not sure if we're gonna do mills or what, but basically we wanna have a little bit more realism by having a curb. We don't have a curb right now. We just have completely flat, dimensionless roads. So we are gonna be basically doing a massive upgrade there. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about those plans, seeing the behind the scenes look of the Lego City. And I feel like this channel has had a weird journey. I started like over a year ago. I probably posted like 10 videos in the first year or so. I kind of took like a 6-month hiatus from Lego. I just kind of, I don't know, I may have burned myself out a little bit or something, but right now I'm enjoying it. I'm having a really good time. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Show me some love in the comments. Hit that like button. It really does help get us some more viewers and build our community. Looks like we're about to hit 500 subs soon. All of you new Brickertonians out there, I appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have a better name for the citizens of the city than New Brickertonians, New Brickertonites, whatever you guys think. Just let me know, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.